source. This city desert makes you feel so cold.
1981, Sugar's Gym, Leicester, England.
You were doing some exercises. Could you just explain to me what exactly what you were doing?
Yeah, this is a T-bar, and it's for working my back to thicken and broaden the back.
Yeah. How long have you been doing, bodybuilding anyway?
About 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And are you gaining anything from it?
Oh
in your
yes,
opinion?
fitness and size as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I imagine, like all bodybuilders, your hopes is to one day be Mr. Universe.
Oh yes,
yeah.
definitely.
Are you progressing very well, in your opinion, towards that ambition?
Yeah, I'm training very hard at the moment.
Okay. Well, let's see you do another set for us then. Right, no need to ask who this is. This is Barrington Gordon, one of Leicester's top youngsters. Holder of Leicester, Mr. Hercules. Now, Barry, could you just tell me what you've been doing?
I've been doing incline bench press, which is for the upper part of your chest.
Yeah, there's no need to ask if it works. As you can see, there's quite a bit there. Yes. Have you any major ambitions? In the bodybuilding field for the immediate future?
Well, I like to be the top man in the IBBU, Natural Bodybuilding Association.
Do you hold any high status in that organisation at the moment, as far as you know?
I qualified for the national finals this year, which is the top class in natural bodybuilding world.
Yeah, great. Okay, if you could just keep on pumping for us then. Right, this is Dave. Now, as far as I know, he's only been doing bodybuilding for 6 months. Is that about right?
Yeah, very right, yeah.
And well, I'm amazed at the amount of growth you've put on. Have you had to train very, very hard for this?
Not really, no, because my arms build up pretty quick. And I like this exercise because it puts a lot of mass on your arms.
Yeah. Have you entered any competitions yet?
Yeah, hope to enter next year with a bit of luck.
And I'm quite sure you'll do pretty well. Okay, what are you doing at the moment anyway?
Doing the dumbbell curl. It's for put mass on biceps.
Yeah. Okay, if you'll just carry on for us. Okay, this is Ian Preston. Ian's been around bodybuilding for quite a while now. He's got a few runners-up places in the natural bodybuilders competitions. Now, Ian, could you just explain to me why you started bodybuilding and how long you've been in it?
Well, I've been interested about 5 years, but only seriously training about a year. The main reason is just so I want to be big. Just want to be massive.
Now, how old are you at the moment?
I'm 16 at the moment.
He's 16 years old, and you haven't achieved any very, very great positions yet in the natural bodybuilding field, have you?
Well, I've come second at some highest placing, but I intend to do much better this year.
Do you know if you are recognised as one of the top youngsters in the bodybuilding field?
Well, I certainly hope so. I know a few people recognise me and have commented that I'm improving a lot. And I certainly hope to be bigger next year.
What is your next competition anyway?
Well, I think it'd probably be the Lincoln or the Gloucestershire Championships, which I have to win.
Yeah, that's for natural bodybuilders, I assume.
All natural.
Okay then. So if you could just do a set of exercises for us now. Could you just tell me what you're going to do for us firstly?
I'm doing flies, for pectorals, chest muscles.
Yeah.
Just for gaining bulk.
Yeah. Okay then, Ian, if you'll just demonstrate for us. Now that seems like a lot of hard work. Now, Ruda, could you just tell me exactly what you were doing and why you were doing it? Because it seemed like torture to me.
That's a leg press exercise. That's what was good for thighs.
Good for thighs, is it? Yeah, yeah. And I noticed on here you got what? 1, 2, 3, 600 pounds. Is this a maximum you've done?
That's my maximum size.
How long have you been pushing 600?
Well, I like doing this. This is my favourite exercise. And
Yeah?
that's what that exercise is called. That's my favourite exercise.
Yeah. Have you noticed any change in the legs?
It's getting a big size on it.
And
When I started, my legs were about, you know what I mean, nearly skinny, like I was.
yeah.
I started doing exercise, proving myself. Yeah.
Great. And I assume you want to be a bodybuilder?
That's right.
Okay. Great. Okay. Best of luck. Okay. Right here we've got Sid and Jeff. Now the two of them are going to do a series of exercises. First of all, Sid, how long have you been at the bodybuilding game?
Well, I've been at Sugars now for about 3 months. I was somewhere else before. Yeah, but I find this is the best gym for bodybuilding in Leicester. Yeah.
I see. Great. And
I've been to them all, you see. I've been to all the gyms in Leicester, and this is about the best for bodybuilding.
yeah, great. I'm glad you're pleased about that. And Jeffrey, how long have you been at it?
I've been training for about 5.5 years, all the time down here.
And
See it grow.
Have you entered many contests?
I've been in about 12 contests, but I've never got anywhere yet.
So naturally there's a lot of hope for you for the future, yes?
Well, one hopes so.
Yes, great. Okay, if you and Sid would like to demonstrate the exercises. Okay? Right. Now that looked like pretty hard work then, Sid. Yeah.
For an old man.
Exactly what did that exercise do for you?
Well, it exercises your rear deltoid and trapezius muscles. Yes.
Okay, great. And I believe it's Jeff's turn now, is it? Yeah. Side.
Push. Come on, 2 more. Come on, 1 more, push.
Again, seems like pretty hard work. Now I noticed that Sid was encouraging you. Is that very important in training?
Yeah, it's always good to have someone pushing you, otherwise you tend to give up. So.
Okay. Okay then, Jeff. Best of luck for the future. Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. If I interrupt you a minute, Shields, I know it's not a very nice thing to do, to interrupt someone when they're training. Now, I know you've just recently retired as Leicester's #1 lady. I do know some of the reasons why you've retired, but if you could just make some of the reasons known to a few of your fans, is that possible at all?
Yes, one of the reasons really is financial problem, which I will get back to training early in the next year, in the new year, and that's for sure.
Yeah, that's it. Now, will you be returning? I know you're a believer in training, but will you be returning as a lady bodybuilder, or this time just as a keep fit person?
As a keep fit person, but I will always support bodybuilding.
Yeah, so there's no chance in the immediate future of you actually returning as a lady bodybuilder then?
There might be, but I can't say just yet.
I see. What, are we talking locally or nationally or even internationally?
International maybe.
Great, I wish you all the luck. Now if you'll just carry on with the exercises then. Right, I see you're instructing a young lady here, Shugs. Can you tell me exactly what she was doing?
What you're doing, pull behind the head, pull down behind the head, which is for the lacks, really. Any question on that?
Yeah. And I believe your name's Liz.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been in bodybuilding, Liz?
About 8 months.
Have you entered any competitions yet? And are you enjoying the weight training that you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Could you just tell me who's at the moment your favourite bodybuilder? Now, I'm very curious on this.
Robbie Robinson.
Who is he? Okay, thank you. Thanks, now here we've got a rare, well, not such a rare moment if you train at Sugar's Gym. We've got Leicester's #1 and Leicester's #2. Who's who? Well, make your own mind up on this one. Anyway, Anyway, I'll first talk to Sugar, the owner of this gym. Okay, Sugar. If you could just tell me how long you've been in bodybuilding and your achievements so far.
Well, I've been in bodybuilding now for about 8 years, going on 9 next year, yeah? And my achievement that I won the IBBU Professional Mr. National, which I'm very proud of.
Could you just tell me what, for those who are not familiar with the abbreviations and that, what does IBBU mean?
IBBU is the International Bodybuilding Association Union in England, which is non-drugs, really. It's formed especially for bodybuilders who don't take drugs. That's what it's all about.
I see, yeah. Okay, then now move on to Barrington Gordon. Well, the same questions I'll put to you. What have been your achievements so far in the bodybuilding field?
Well, I've won all Leicester's 3 competitions. Mr. Hercules, twice junior winner and the novice winner. And I also won quite a few competitions in the IBBU as well. A few competitions in the Nottinghamshire contests. That's about it, really.
Yeah. Now, according to his belief, Sugar thinks he's Leicester's #1. Now, if that is a fact, how long do you think it will take before you become Leicester's #1?
1983.
That's good enough. Okay then. Now these 2 top builders will now take us through some exercises on the... What machine is it? Okay, let's do some exercises for you. Okay?
Right, your mic is on there. Yeah. Our intention is really, we're training the whole body today. You follow us around where it varies from different exercise and so on, okay?
Okay. Right, if you like to talk us through as you go. Right.
This time, you're spotting me, I intend to do my shoulders, okay? Okay, start. This exercise called is press behind the head. Okay.
Right, what exactly does the press behind the head do for you?
It's mainly for your deltoid, shoulders, John.
Okay, thank you.
This exercise is press to the front. And it's for your front deltoids.
Okay, thank you, chaps.
We move on. That's just one exercise for the shoulder. We will be doing other exercise which we might be doing dumbbell. Dumbbell lateral raise.
Okay, Shugs, are we on? Right, what are we doing now?
Now we're about to do lateral raise for the front lateral, okay? Now we'll get started. Okay.
Okay. The same exercise, I presume, yes?
Yes, same
We
exercise.
do some bit of exercise for the chest. This exercise what I'm about to do now is for the chest, which is the upper pecs. Okay? It's called incline bench, okay? Bench press.
think, yeah.
In my routine, I do 10 reps to each set. But I fancied 12 a while ago, so that's that.
Okay. Now, just before a competition, leading up to a competition, when you're doing this sort of exercise, how many reps do you do? You still stick to the 12? The 10, sorry?
Stick to 10, but I use dumbbell instead.
Yes.
So we're going on to that later.
And I assume that makes a fair amount of difference.
Well, it gives me better quality. Improve on what I got.
Yep. Okay, great. Cool. Now we move across to Barrington, who will be doing...
Flat bench press. It's for the chest.
Okay then. Right, Shugs, that looks like pretty hard work, was it?
Yes. Well, as I mentioned earlier on about the bench pressing, I prefer using dumbbell in between my exercise when I'm doing chest, because I find it gives me better quality in my muscle tone. That's why I use this. This is decline dumbbell bench press, which works the lower part of the pecs.
Okay, and could you just tell me, how many sets of 10s do you normally do in your routine of this?
5 sets of 10s. You know, more or less all my workout, all my exercise.
How many times do you train a week on average?
That depends. That depends on how I feel. But when I get near to contest, I like to train 6 days a week.
Okay, thank you. Right, that seems to be a similar exercise to Sugar. Is there much difference between that one and the one that Sugar just did?
Well, the one that Sugar just did was called decline. That builds your pecs. That's the bottom of your chest. And this one builds the top.
Yep. Okay. Right here we got Sugar doing one-arm dumbbell row, which is for the back. Okay. Now I notice you changed arms. Well, say halfway through. Is this very important to?
I got 2 arms. So if you keep working one side of the body and not the next, then you'll be out of proportion because you'll be off balance anyway. So you got to work both.
And yeah, has it got to be the same number, you know, for each arm?
Well, it is important to get the balance body.
We've got Barrington here doing the T-bar row, which is used for the purpose of strengthening the upper back.
Yeah, this exercise is so the lats, what you call lat pull down on the lat machine, which works the upper back. It's the lats, okay? I enjoy doing this exercise because you're sitting down and
fairly easy.
Well, to some people it's hard, but I enjoy it. Probably that's why my back is so good.
Fairly modest person, as you can see.
Right.
lateral pull downs to the front. That's for your lats.
Incline dumbbell curl, which thickens the biceps, you know? Get it a bit big. It's hard, but I like it.
Right, Shugs, I noticed the weights you've been using are about, what, £50 each. Now, is that the recommended weight, or, you know?
That's just my warming up weight. I go up to 70 pounds or more. I start with that.
Yeah. Is it important to use as heavy weight as possible?
I think anyone who training should use what weight they find is heavy enough for them. It's not actually the poundage that you're using, but if the weight is heavy for you, that's your heavy weight. If the weight is, I find 50 pounds is light for me, so I start with that. But to someone else, they probably find it heavy.
Yeah.
Barry's now doing barbell curl, which again builds the biceps. Yeah, the way we're doing it is full curl, which is slow. It's develop it pretty good. This exercise is mainly where you split the legs up, what you call cutting up procedure, which you shape the legs up, which is called leg extension. Okay. I will start with about 50 pounds and work my way up. Some days with leg extension, I will work myself up to about 200 pounds. But I find, even though the weight is heavy, it's easier and works better for me with the light weight, which is about 100 pounds maximum. That's my opinion. Okay, that's that. Now, this exercise now, to work leg biceps, which is the back here, what you call a leg curl. Now, I normally start with the same again, 50 pound, work myself up with this one to about 80 pounds, sometime 100, but I find using maximum 80, it works a bit for me. I wouldn't say I have great leg biceps, but it's working. It's better than a couple of years ago. Okay. Now on this particular machine, sometime I hold here, sometime I hold here, and sometime I just hold here. Which there again, on this exercise, I normally maintain about 10 reps to each set, and I do about 5 sets in all my exercise. Yeah, that's that. This exercise is for the thighs. It builds the thighs. I prefer it better than squatting. I find squatting, it's a killer. But I do a bit of squatting now and then, but I prefer leg pressing, which I'm going to demonstrate now. Okay. Well, normally I start with about 300 pounds, which is on here at the present time, and I wouldn't go up anymore. I think I'll stay to that, but I can work myself up to about 800 pounds and get good reps. But I'll stay at 300 for today. I believe in, when I'm training, try as much as possible to get a strict style, which I find is important. Don't concentrate much on heavy weights if it's not necessary. I find, get a weight you can handle and do some strict style. I find it works better. Concentrating on it all the time, it's best. Thanks.
Now, I noticed you just pushed, what, 300 pounds. I remember the day when I was here and Sugar was trying, what, 700 pounds on this Well, an old bit of apparatus which had to be replaced because the weight was that heavy that, you know, we had to get new bit of equipment in there. Now, you just mentioned you've been up to 800. Have you tried to go over 800 on your leg press?
Last time when I tried 800, it broke the machine, so and since it's costing money to replace, I don't go over 800 anymore. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This exercise called leg raises, mainly for my abdominals. Okay? Which is okay? Yes. Okay. And now, wait. Okay? You're finished. And it's a killer.
How many do you normally do each time? Because I noticed you did about 6 there, or counting.
With that, I normally would do 10 again, 10 to 12. But since I don't train for about 3 weeks, we call, well, when you have abdominals, you call them abdominals, but when you have cut, you call it cut, and that's you don't have to go to Roman to get a Roman cheer, so now we do some Roman cheer sit on the band head. Okay, that's that one.
Now, I find this particular exercise fairly easy. Is it easy in your opinion?
Well, if you're doing it correctly, I don't find it easy. You can make the movement, and if you're not doing it strict enough and concentrating when you're doing it, it will come easy. But it's not really giving you no effect.
Yes,
You got to do it properly.
does it work for you anyway, this particular one?
Well, it works for Barry, and I'm trying to see if it will work for me.
Fine. Right here we've got Barrington demonstrating some of the posing routines which he does in competitions. Now, naturally, you don't get this way by training 2 weeks. Barrington has been training for approximately 5 years. Yep. And he's now with a great hope in Leicester's bodybuilding. There you go. A very, very good example. Well, I'll say the best example of bodybuilding.
You did not put.
I don't. I don't know, but he can take 2 hours to finish. He don't want to stop here.
No, well, give me a start. Yeah.
Right here we got Dennis Christopher Sugar, the natural bodybuilding champion of 1981 in the professional class. Now, Sugar is a big fan of Sergio Oliver, who himself is famous for the size of his back, and one of Sugar's good feature is his back. And the calves. Yep. Christopher Sugar, Leicester's #1 bodybuilder and the natural bodybuilder of Great Britain.